Authorities are looking for a suspect who could be involved in 2 bank robberies Thursday.
Such significant damage you can see right here. I mean, this is an old tree. It's going to take a lot of manpower.
What happened here did not only end 3 young lives, it sent a shockwave through the entire town of Ray. Rutland says they also have 800 trash cans located all around the fairgrounds. Some of them have to be emptied 4 or 5 times a day. That can mean trash, tall grass, and big problems, just like this one. After Congress passed the Biggert Waters Flood Insurance Reform Act in 2012 to help quickly pay off and cover future catastrophic flood losses, they soon changed their minds. It's not something most of us in North Dakota would ever need to buy: snow. The BTI that's coming out of the plane will go over all of the water located here at the federal land and hopefully kill all the larvae. Pastor Nathan Mugas lives here on 9th Street. From his front porch, he can see 5 zombie homes. The final weekend of the 50th year of the North Dakota State Fair. Here we go. There you go. Oh my gosh, that's like my new favorite thing. We're talking more exhibits, more vendors, and more things to do for the whole family. Steffi says once people leave the show, the sea lions aren't the only ones who are smiling.
Kind of a fun event too, I think you found out, Bonnie, huh?
Oh yeah, you know, today I got to meet one of the top 10 Badlands Circuit calf ropers.
But why wait? It's already 2015, and there's plenty of fun stuff to do. It's a case of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Ainsley Oliphant is a teenager from Louisiana who was supposed to spend the summer with her grandparents in Minot. But on Memorial Day, she took a trip to Watford City with her aunt and uncle.
I looked out the window and it looked like a huge hailstorm was coming, but in reality it was just all the gravel flying with the tornado that was about to hit. So that's pretty much all that I saw, and then I saw underneath the camper after the camper split. My aunt, she reached out to grab my hand, and she told me that everything was going to be okay and that she loved me, and then the floor just kind of split between us. And that's the last thing I remember.
Ainsley would then go unconscious and would be taken by helicopter to Trinity Hospital back in Minot. There, she woke up to a room full of familiar faces, her family.
It's amazing, like whenever everybody was telling me everything that had happened, you know, because I didn't remember anything. I woke up in the ICU. I didn't know, you know, why I was there or what was going on. Everybody had to retell me, and I was just in amazement. Like, I didn't know that it had actually happened.
Because of a broken eye socket and spots of bleeding on her brain, Ainsley is still in a great deal of pain, but she has something to make it better. Just last night, her father was finally able to get to her after his flight had been delayed due to more tornadic activity near Fargo.
I felt helpless. There was nothing I could do, you know, I'm her daddy, you know. I was supposed to protect her. There's nothing I could do. They told me what to expect. It was going to be bad, but you know, it goes in one ear, out the other, you know. I think I'm tough, you know, but when I seen it, it was, you know, poor little face, you know. She's beauty queen, you know. That's my baby.
But that won't get Ainsley's spirit down. Her birthday is in July, and besides a big southern crawfish boil, she said she's received the best gift of all, another chance.
Don't take your life for granted. You just gotta live it like, you know, it's your last. Because in literally a matter of seconds, it could be gone. You gotta tell your family you love them. You gotta tell, you know, anybody you've been mean to or anybody you've gotten in a fight with, you know, you're sorry, you know, it was your fault, or even if it wasn't, you know, you just gotta make them feel good, you know, because they could lose you at any point in time.
Ainsley could be discharged as early as tomorrow and will return to her grandparents' house in Minot for 2 weeks before returning to Louisiana. For now, she just wants her phone to take some pretty extreme selfies and let everyone know she's okay. It all started in the Sunshine State on November 10th, the birth date of the Marine Corps.
Scooter and I are riding around the country to every Harley-Davidson dealership in America.
By the time Sandoval and Scooter finish, they'll have traveled to 696 Harley dealerships in total, and for a good cause.
We raise money for children who have lost their parents in active duty.
Minot makes destination spot 302. He hopes his national journey will drive more dollars towards his charity. #ScootInAmerica.
If you donate, all the money's going to go to the kids. None of it goes to anything else.
Sandoval can't carry a lot on the road. Nonetheless, almost all of his mission is paid for out of pocket.
We usually just sleep next to our bike unless we have lodging donated to us. I've got 2 sponsors that are covering about 10% of my cost right now, and the rest is the other 85–90% of the cost is out of my own pocket.
What fuels Sandoval's inspiration is the chance to serve his country and an opportunity he thought he missed out on.
Touring the country on your motorcycle and like living on the road always really appealed to me. And then secondly, I wanted to do something positive with it, and I've been regretting the last few years the fact that I never joined the military.
On this day, his destination is Billings, Montana, where he and his pup will take a much-needed rest.
Physically, the road's a tough place to live. I did a post this morning, my arm is really becoming an issue, and it's something that I've been dealing with for a couple months now.
As they ride off into the sunset, they're still looking for a place to rest their heads. He says those who can't give money have other ways to donate.
Helping us spread the word and create awareness for these children who frankly deserve our best.
They're about half of the way done. Sandoval says #ScootInAmerica has already raised $100,000. He hopes that number will rev up closer to $250,000 by the time he's done. For now, he's just happy to have his little trooper by his side. In Minot, Bonnie Campo, KX News. Bray's Saddlery has been a shining spur in Minot since 1927, but it's the father-son duo working the Western wear shop that's made it such a success. The Nikotenko family opens up each morning with the sun, just like their ancestors before them. The machinery they use is close to 70 years old, and to them, the old way of doing things can often be better.
My dad's motto, if you didn't work, you don't eat.
He helped his dad, so the next oldest in line is that's what you do.
To match the Nikotenkos, the shop itself has a lot of character. As you walk up and down the aisles of Bray's, you'll see things you thought had disappeared forever, and many more that deserve a story.
You take a shine on your shoes, it's like a smile on your face.
Wait, what's up on those shelves? Both these bootmakers also tip their hat to the title of race car driver, and they have the trophies to prove it.
The ones obviously that look older that are made out of more wood and marble and that kind of thing are Dad's.
When he was just a baby, he enjoyed driving and sitting in a car and whatever, and one thing led to the other, and pretty soon he was changing tires and working and stuff like that, so he started out pretty young.
Andy began racing in 1953 and was one of the founding members of Nodak Speedway.
And here is my first check, which was $18.50.
He says he's got over 100 trophies. There's just too many to count.
I'll give you a box of them.
Greg's been racing close to 30 years, and after a hard day's work, he says he goes back to his other job, getting ready for this year's races.
The constant battle is trying to set the chassis up so it handles just perfect.
If you're wondering, is there any friendly competition between these two? Not here.
He wants me to drive, but I tell him those days are over. Now I live on dreams.
Andy retired 15 years before Greg came along, leading his son to follow in his father's footsteps, right down to the gas pedal.
Back in the day when Dad started, they never really had so-called racing shoes, so most of the guys wore cowboy boots, so that's what I wore when I started.
The Nikotenkos already have plans for the next generation.
Now I got grandsons over there. We're going to see what happens there.
They've been to a few races, but they're pretty young, 5 and 2, so it'll be a little bit yet before they really get into it, but it's coming, or it seems like it is anyway.
Greg says if they want, they can have his old shoes to fill. In Minot, Bonnie Campo, KX News.